Thelemic Mysticism, a spiritual philosophy, was formulated in the early 20th century by the enigmatic figure Aleister Crowley. Crowley, an English writer, mystic and ceremonial magician, introduced Thelema to the world as a comprehensive system of spiritual development. The word Thelema itself, derived from the ancient Greek, means will, a concept that forms the backbone of this mystic philosophy. At its core, Thelemic mysticism is about the discovery and fulfillment of one's true will, an innermost divine nature that is unique to every individual. It is a path of self-discovery and self-realization, a journey towards the divine within oneself. Thelema merges elements from different esoteric traditions such as Hermeticism, Gnosticism, and Eastern spiritual practices to create a rich tapestry of spiritual exploration. It is not merely a belief system, but a way of life, guiding its followers towards spiritual enlightenment through ritual, meditation, and introspection. Thelemic mysticism is also known for its central law: do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, and love is the law, love under will. This law doesn't advocate for unbounded freedom, but rather, it encourages adherents to discover their true will and align their actions accordingly, all while uniting their being with experience in love under will. The teachings of Thelema are vast and intricate, encapsulating concepts such as the knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel and the crossing of the abyss. Profound spiritual experiences that symbolize stages of spiritual awakening. Misconceptions abound, pitfalls are many. Yet the rewards of this path are beyond measure. It's a journey that is as challenging as it is transformative, as demanding as it is rewarding. Dive deeper with us as we unravel the intriguing principles of Thelemic mysticism. Whether you're a seasoned practitioner or a curious seeker, there's always something more to discover in this vast and mysterious universe of Thelemic mysticism. Begin the journey of understanding with the K&C of HGA. A key cornerstone in Thelemic mysticism is the knowledge and conversation of the Holy Guardian Angel, often abbreviated as the K&C of HGA. This isn't about summoning an angel in the traditional biblical sense. Rather, it's about achieving a certain state of awareness, a profound connection with one's true will, their divine nature. The Holy Guardian Angel, in the context of Thelemic mysticism, represents the true self, the divine spark within each of us. It's not an external entity, but a reflection of our deepest, most authentic self. But it is not just within, it's also without. The angel is the divine other to the pure soul of the individual seeker. The K&C of HGA is the conscious realization of this all-self, the acknowledgement of our divine nature and the alignment of our actions with this higher purpose. So how does one achieve the K&C of HGA? It's a deeply personal journey that requires dedication, introspection, and practice. It's not a one-size-fits-all process, but there are some common elements. Firstly, the aspirant must undertake a disciplined regimen of spiritual practices. This can include meditation, ritual work, and study of Thelema's sacred texts. Engaging in these practices helps to clarify the mind, focus the will, and attune one's consciousness to these subtle energies of the universe. With time and consistent effort, the aspirant begins to perceive a shift in their consciousness, a deepening of their understanding, and an increasing sense of connection with their holy guardian angel. It's important to note that the K&C of HGA is not an end in itself, but a significant milestone on the path of Thelemic mysticism. It's a profound and transformative experience that can bring greater clarity, purpose, and empowerment. However, it's just the midpoint of a much larger journey. The K&C of HGA is a profound experience, but there's much more to learn, understand, and experience. With achieving the K&C of HGA, you've taken a significant step towards understanding your true will and aligning yourself with the divine. And in Thelemic mysticism, that's a journey well worth embarking on. Next, we prepare to venture into the great unknown, the crossing of the abyss. This is a central concept in the practice of Thelemic mysticism, a moment of transformation that transcends the realm of the ordinary. But what does it mean to cross the abyss? In the context of Thelemic mysticism, crossing the abyss represents a profound and often challenging spiritual journey. It's not a physical journey, of course, but an inward exploration that seeks to dissolve the illusion of the individual, separate self or ego. This dissolution is not an end, but a new beginning. Out of the Nox, or Night of Pan, a new star is cast down through the abyss. It's a shift from the egocentric perspective to a state of unity consciousness, where the individual self merges with the universal self, symbolized by draining one's blood into the cup of Babylon. Crossing the abyss is often described as a leap of faith into the abyss of the unknown, a surrender to the divine will. It's a process of unbecoming, of shedding all that we believe ourselves to be, to reveal the essence of our true nature. It's like peeling an onion, layer by layer, until nothing remains but the core. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to face the unknown. It is a journey filled with trials and tribulations, moments of doubt and despair. But it is through these challenges that we grow, that we come to understand our true nature and our place in the grand scheme of things. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone want to dissolve their self, their identity? The answer lies in the understanding that our individual self as separate is an illusion, a very limited construct of the mind. By crossing the abyss, we break free from this illusion and gain a deeper understanding of our true self, our divine nature. This does not mean we lose our personality or our uniqueness. On the contrary, we become more authentic, more in tune with our true essence. We realize that we are not separate entities but interconnected parts of a larger whole. Crossing the abyss, a daring leap into the void, marks a pivotal point in the journey of Thelemic Mysticism. Navigate the path of Thelemic Mysticism with caution, aware of common misconceptions and pitfalls. Firstly, let's address a typical misconception that Thelemic Mysticism is a religion. In fact, Thelema shares many similarities as well as differences with traditional religion. Thelema is a spiritual philosophy, a way of life aimed at discovering one's true will and aligning oneself with it. Thelema is not necessarily about worshiping any deity or conforming to any dogmatic beliefs. Another misconception is that Thelema is all about magic and spells. While ceremonial magic is a part of Thelemic practice, it is not the whole of it. Thelema is as much about meditation, introspection, and self-discovery as it is about ritualistic practices. So, don't get too hung up on the ceremonial aspect, there's much more to explore. Let's move on to some pitfalls. A common one is the temptation to rush the process. Thelema is a journey, and like all journeys, it takes time. Trying to force experiences or results can lead to frustration and disillusionment. Remember, the path of self-discovery is not a race. The goal is not necessarily to have wild spiritual experiences, but to develop one's character and soul to become a more venerable vehicle of the divine will. Another pitfall is neglecting the practical aspects of life in pursuit of spiritual growth. Thelemic mysticism encourages a balance between the spiritual and the material. Remember, you're not just a spiritual being floating in space, you're a human living with your feet planted in the material world. So don't neglect your physical health, relationships, or responsibilities. Another potential obstacle is getting caught up in the intellectual understanding of Thelema, while neglecting its experiential aspect. Thelema is not merely a philosophy to be studied, but a practice to be lived. Understanding the concepts intellectually is important, but it is the actual experience that brings about real transformation. And finally, avoid the pitfall of isolation. While Thelema does involve a lot of introspection and individual practice, community and connection with others on the path can provide valuable support and insights. Don't shy away from seeking mentorship or joining a group of fellow practitioners. With knowledge of these misconceptions and pitfalls, you can tread the path of Thelemic mysticism with increased confidence and understanding. Embarking on the daily practice of Thelemic magic and mysticism is the key to unlocking your potential. When it comes to Thelemic mysticism, daily spiritual practice isn't just beneficial, it's essential. It's like a seed planted deep within the soil of your soul. With each day's practice, you water this seed, allowing it to take root and flourish. Over time, this seed grows, transforming from a tiny speck of potential into a towering tree of spiritual understanding and power. But where do you start? Well, the first step is always the hardest. You may feel overwhelmed by the vast expanse of Thelemic mysticism, unsure of where to begin. That's perfectly normal. Just remember, every journey starts with a single step, so start small. Perhaps with basic rituals such as saying will, resh, or the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. These foundational practices will help you develop discipline and grounding, crucial for any spiritual journey. But remember, daily practice isn't just about doing the rituals. It's about understanding them, too. It's about immersing yourself in the rich tapestry of Thelemic mysticism, learning about its philosophy, its history, its symbols, So read, reflect, question, explore, let your curiosity guide you, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are not setbacks, but stepping stones to deeper understanding. Consistency is key. It's better to practice for 15 minutes every day than for 2 hours once a week. Remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about building habits, about making thelemic practice a part of your daily life. So make it a point to dedicate a specific time each day for your practice. It could be early in the morning, during lunch breaks, or late at night, whatever works for you. And finally, keep an open mind. Thelemic mysticism is a vast ocean of wisdom waiting for you to dive in. So embrace the journey, embrace the process. Never stop learning, never stop growing. Through daily spiritual practice, immerse yourself in the world of Thelemic mysticism and bring forth the extraordinary within you. If you are interested in an online 120-day course to develop a Thelemic magical practice, click the link in the description of the video. Today, we embarked on a journey of beginning to understand Thelemic mysticism. We've uncovered its foundational principles, delved into the concept of knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel, and ventured into the profound experience of crossing the abyss. We've also tried to shed light on common misconceptions, clarifying that Thelemic mysticism is not a path of shortcuts or quick fixes, but a dedicated pursuit of spiritual understanding. We've highlighted the pitfalls one might encounter, emphasizing the importance of perseverance, self-awareness, and continuous learning. Moreover, we stressed the significance of maintaining daily practice. Just as a musician hones their craft through consistent rehearsal, so should a practitioner of Thelemic magic and mysticism cultivate their spiritual growth through regular rituals and meditations. In essence, Thelemic mysticism is a journey, one that unfolds with each step you take, each ritual you perform, each insight you gain. We hope this brief introduction to Thelemic mysticism helps serve as a beacon, guiding you on your path to enlightenment and the fulfillment of your true will.